Right, Sean, Women of Fire starts your program off at Turffontein on Sunday. A good string of placings. Looks to be just about ready to do something constructive.
Woman of Fame, I felt she would win a few runs ago. She hasn't managed to get the job done. We're hopeful. She should be competitive.
Woman of Fame on the outside, Rani of Couture is getting going, and Red Hot Rose down the inside, Rani of Couture from Woman of Fame.
All right, Pyromaniac, perhaps not his best performance. Maybe you can explain if there was something that you found awry, because he's clearly much better than his last run behind Infinite Wonder.
He was drawn bad. He didn't settle early. I think there was rain as well. I can't give you a cut and dry answer, but I would put a line through the run. Obviously, the jury is out over the distance, but it's the right race to have him in, and let's see if he can stay the trip.
What sort of plans do you have for him in the Natal winter season? Because he's got to be right up there with some of the best of his generation.
Andrew, there's not a lot of handicaps going into the season. I mean, there's very low-end listed race handicaps, and there's more weight for age racing. No, we'll have to see what he does over the distance to make up our minds.
Okay, then Privilege is the name of a very, very special Hong Kong horse that nearly upset the London News apple cart, but hopefully this horse can be something of that ilk. What are you expecting from him?
He's a horse that actually showed us a lot of promise. He unfortunately needed a wind up, and he is improving again. I feel that he's coming back to what we thought he was. His last run was a bit disappointing, so we've decided to put the blinkers on, come back in trip, and just try and learn something to see if the blinkers will help him. I don't think he's at his absolute peak, but he's good enough to win a race if like this, if everything lines up.
Okay, and then under your spell, this high-class filly, she runs alongside Eden Rock in a race that she looks like she could very easily win.
Yeah, it's just sharpen up for Scottsville. It looks like the right type of race, and she's in a good space. She must have a chance. As I said, we're hoping this will bring her to a peak for Scottsville. So, she's not fully wound up, even though she has been racing. We have freshened up a little bit, and hopefully she runs fresh. Eden Rock, I think I'm going to put the blinkers on. He's got a lovely lightweight, and he should be finishing strongly.
I know that you are absolutely determined to get the very best out of Nebraska over a trip that may not be his stamp. In other words, he's a dour stayer, but we know that he has the ability to win a big race, and I automatically think of the Hollywood Bets July. Is this the beginning of that road?
Well, Andrew, we just ran last week in a Group 1. There was no pace. He ran on well enough for him, considering that there was no pace, and he is more of a horse that wants a pace in a race like that. He's taken his run well, and he meets Shangani on less favourable terms, but we're taking our chances, and hopefully he gives us a very bold showing. As for Durban, he's the plan would be to go the July and the Gold Cup, but that's more up to Gold Circle to decide than for me to decide.
Okay, and then Future Pearl, when I asked you the question, is 2 miles what he's looking for? You said you're just taking a chance, but you're thinking that his style of running would be suited to that trip. Now he meets Nebraska, obviously gets a lot of weight. What are you expecting from Future Pearl, not having run on that day?
Well, basically the same I was expecting on the day, in that we're not sure if he sees out the trip. The blinkers will probably come off. He is well enough weighted in my mind to give a good account of himself, and obviously we'll learn something. And if he doesn't quite see it out, we go to another plan for him. But he's in good order, and I'm expecting a good run.
Did you learn anything from the performance of Billy Bowlegs, who obviously represented the 3-year-old crop against his older generation, or was the pace just too muddly to really draw any kind of finite conclusions?
Listen, I thought it was a very good effort. So whether there was pace or no pace, I thought it was a good enough effort. I mean, as you say, he does represent the 3-year-olds, but yeah, the decent run race would have answered all the questions. We don't have the answers.